Okay, so I basically just want to talk about Fan Expo. Now, Fan Expo this year, it's been going on for at least a couple of years. I decided, hey, you know what? I love games, and they have a larger game presence at the expo, so I definitely wanted to check out what they had to offer. Now, I mean, with I only went for the one day, so just Saturday for a couple of hours, but you need at least 2 days to see everything. Now, there's a large game presence, but for anyone who loves comic books, cosplay, anime, all stuff, it is just oh, it's so full of stuff. Like, you have two buildings, and it was just packed, and it's just so much to see and do. But you know, for Midnight ITV, we just want to focus on the games, and so I'll just get right to it. Now, there was a Sony booth, Microsoft booth. They had Bethesda had a booth, and what was the other one? Warner Brothers had a booth. Now, the first game I actually went to go and play was Mortal Kombat, because that was like the one I wanted to get out of the way. And since it's a fighting game, you probably won't have that much time to play it. So I just said, okay, let's just do it. There was a pretty long lineup, but it wasn't that long. They only had 2 stations set up, and you're able to play a lot of the characters that were revealed already. So you had like what, Cassie Cage, Raiden, Kano, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Devora, and Kotal Khan or something. But I used Raiden, and he's pretty cool. Like the effects, like the animations are way better. Like this is like for a Mortal Kombat game, it's like the best animation I've seen for a Mortal Kombat game. I would say like the next game I played was Dying Light, which is like a zombie apocalypse game, but it's first person. But I would say like the twist with this one is that it's a first person game, but you do have weapons like bats and, you know, typical zombie apocalypse weapons that you use. You do a lot of melee attacks, and you have guns when all that stuff, but your character is really agile. You can do parkour and stuff like that. You're able to run along the side of walls, I think, and you can climb, and just like, you know, yeah, the way you climb the game is very how would I say, it's just very fluid. You know, there's a lot of different kinds of zombies, but the thing about Dying Light in this demo, you only had 5 minutes, so we only had one mission to go and like secure a safe house, but you weren't able to try out the areas where when it's nighttime, because the thing about Dying Light is that when it goes to nighttime, that's when the zombies are even more ferocious and really, really dangerous. So basically, you have to make sure that I guess it turns into a more stealth kind of game. Like, you have to be careful and run when it's necessary. You know that you're not going to have tons of zombies chasing you. But we weren't able to play that part. It was just during the daytime. So the zombies, there's some aggressive zombies, but not as aggressive as they are at night. So, you know, that's a cool element that, you know, we didn't get to play yet. So I would like to check that out later, you know, when we have more time, I guess at another event. But yeah, so a solid game regardless. I played Far Cry 4 at the Sony booth, and it was great. You just had to take on an outpost, and you know, you can kind of tackle it in any way. But I wanted to go stealth because I always love using stealth because I'm just a sneaky bastard. So, but of course I was gonna go stealth, and then I saw a mortar on the side, like a mortar weapon, and I just had to use it. So I basically just blew up one soldier with it and caused just a crazy explosion. Of course, that gave my position away, and tons of enemies were right on me, and I got wiped out pretty quickly. But I'm looking forward to the full game, and you are able to play co-op with another person to take on outposts in the game. So that it's Far Cry 4 is definitely a game to look out for and stuff. They had Assassin's Creed there, but it wasn't playable. Assassin's Creed Unity, so it wasn't playable at all. But the game looks impressive regardless. I went to the Warner Brothers, not Warner Brothers, Bethesda booth, and I played, what was it? Yeah, The Evil Within. Now, the cool thing is that when I was there in the lineup, it was a long lineup, but you could take your picture, right? And it gets put on the box art, right? So it's just a mock picture that anyone can do, and they send it to your phone, but you get to bypass the line. So I bypass the line, and the guy gives me these headphones and a PS4 controller, but it is coming out for Xbox One. And it was like, I'm just there, like, you know, you have the headphones on there, so you can't hear anything else other than the game, and it really immerses you in the game. It's a great game. It's like a mix of I would say it's like it's like Resident Evil 4 and Silent Hill. It's like together. And I don't play that many horror games, well, other than when it was Resident Evil and stuff like that. So it's great to play this kind of game, and it's refreshing. It's very refreshing. I'm looking forward to when it comes out. I would say on the Xbox booth, they had a number of games. They had Halo. They had Halo, the Master Chief Collection, and then there was Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Forza Horizon 2, Sunset Overdrive, and or maybe not. But that's what I played so far. But I didn't get to play Halo or Call of Duty because the lineups were way too long. Like it was just like a huge lineup just so you can go and play like a deathmatch. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna wait in the line that long. But I was able, it was behind curtains too, so you couldn't even like record on it. But you can sort of move the curtain a little bit to see what the game's like. So I got a good look at Halo, and Halo's like Halo. I mean, Halo 2, it just looks great with the newer graphics, and it runs at 60 frames per second, so it's almost like a new game. And I would say, Forza Horizon is Forza. It's a solid racing game. And I don't know what else to say, because really the guys have a formula and they always put out good racing games. So it's like I was playing it and I'm using a Corvette, driving through like the fields of like Europe, and it's crazy. First of all, the Corvette is like low, so like you can't even see that much ahead of you when you're running through all these bushes. But it's a solid game. I was like, I'm not a big racing guy, but I don't mind. At least I'll probably pick it up just so I can have a racer in my collection. And it's just something you can play from time to time, because it's a very casual game as well. Like you can play hardcore and try to customize your car and all this stuff, but for me it's like I don't mind going into a little bit of the customization, but also just driving and having fun. And I think that's what Forza Horizon 2 brings to the table. So it's definitely a game for me. Sunset Overdrive is a pretty solid game, but my only gripe is the game might get kind of old fast, but I'll have to see more. They haven't shown that much more other than the main game, which is the story, or you have the wave-based like horde mode. But aside from that, the game is not easy. Like if you stop running or stop moving, you're basically going to die in a matter of seconds. The enemies will just swarm you and kill you. So you have to kind of like move around and try to like just keep moving and grinding on. You can pretty much grind on objects, kind of like skateboarding, but you're not using a skateboard. It's just the weird thing where you use your shoes and you're just grinding. It kind of reminds me of Jet Set Radio that came out well ages ago on a Dreamcast, but it kind of reminds you of that. So it takes getting used to, but when you do, you're gonna be grinding and just getting through the environment so quick, like a pro. So it just takes a matter of time. So I think it's gonna be cool to see a lot of people that put time into this game and see how quickly they move through the levels, because they've learned the nuances and how to control the character really well. So yeah, I would say Sunset Overdrive is definitely something to look out for, and one of the more interesting exclusives for the Xbox One. Okay, so aside from that, I would say it was a good, the Fan Expo was great. I had a lot of fun there, and I definitely want to go next year. But I think the next big event will be that I'm going to be help recording is for Xbox Addict. I'll put the link for Xbox Addict below. They're an Xbox enthusiast site that focuses obviously on Xbox, but there's going to be an X14 event, a media showcase that's coming early September. So when that comes, I'm going to be doing some video work for them, and I'll probably put a post and have their link on my channel. So at least you can go to their site and see the video that I helped put together. And I'll probably put in some personal impressions for myself of the media showcase after. So definitely, it's gonna be a lot of stuff to come talk about. So, and I plan to try to have a more consistent streaming schedule, and also have more videos on Midnight ITV to talk about a variety of things, games, and probably some movies as well, because I like watching movies, obviously. So definitely, just I'm glad I'm glad to get this stuff going. And I hope to have more in the future, so stay tuned, and thanks for watching.